Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. This is actually, I guess, the second part in a series. I didn't originally plan to make a series. However, a couple of weeks ago, I posted a tiny home that I created for Don Lothario and y'all really liked that and asked if I could create tiny homes for other townies. So I am back today and we are creating a tiny home for the Behr Sisters, Candy and Yuki Behr of Windenburg, and I love how this build came out. So I'm excited to share it with you. But if you have any other suggestions for other townies you would like to see homes for, tiny homes for, please leave those in the comments. I'd love to do some more of these. These sisters originally live in Windenburg, so I decided to keep them in Windenburg, but I did move them to the island, so it's a little bit more secluded. I believe Yuki is a loner, I'm pretty sure. There was a reason behind it, and I thought that this house, the kind of style I wanted to go for, would just fit a little bit better in a more secluded space instead of the downtown area with the more traditional buildings that are there, which they actually had that home that they inherited from a deceased grandmother in game. And so, you know, they've sold that, they've moved here, and I had a blast with the concept of these Sims. As you can see, I incorporated a DJ station on the outside of this build because that's pretty important for these Sims, because Candy is a skilled DJ, Yuki is like a hacker, she's a teenager by the way, and they just have these really fun interests that I thought it would be cool to create a home for. It was also, I think, a suggestion on one of the videos. I was trying to come up with who I wanted to create a tiny home for next, and they just sounded like a lot of fun and drastically different than the one I created for Don Lothario. Because some of the other ideas I had seen were like one for Bella or one for Bob, but those I associate with the color red, and I just did something for Don that was very red, so I thought this one would be fun. If you don't know, Yuki has like bright blue hair and Candy has blonde hair with hot pink tips, so I tried to incorporate some fun colors. They also have a really awesome sense of style, so I just had a blast with the interior of this build. I used a lot of the pastel pop kit, which I thought worked really, really well for like a youthful, fun party atmosphere. Also out here, I decided to kind of make this bar area using these shelves. It's right under a open window that leads to the kitchen. I thought that would be so nice for entertaining, so I was quite happy with that. I did a couple of like interesting things with this build. They actually share a bedroom space, which is open to the rest of the house, and they have bunk beds because this is a very small home for two Sims, and a good amount of the tiles are actually on the outside because I really felt like these Sims would utilize this outdoor entertaining space. So I wanted to include that here. So, you know, it's not the biggest on the inside, but I think I decorated it quite nicely. You can let me know what you think of this. And if you do like this and you'd like to download it, it will be available on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You can also find it under the hashtag Miss Gryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. And if you ever play in these towny homes or any of the homes that I ever build, please tag me on Twitter. I would love to see them. I'm Miss Gryphi over there, just like I am everywhere else. Instagram, TikTok, anything you can think of, Miss Gryphi. Yeah, I don't know why I'm plugging my socials right now. I guess because I've been posting a lot more on TikTok and I keep getting comments of like, oh, I didn't know you had a TikTok. So there you go. Anyway, I'm working on landscaping now, just getting all sorts of plants that I'm seeing around the world here. I'm using a lot of live edit objects and grabbing things specifically from Get Together so that they blend in better. I have a little pathway to the front of the lot, and then I also added this like curvy one that's kind of leading towards the beach. Obviously, I can't have it go all the way down because that's off lot, but I thought it was a nice way to kind of blend this lot into its environment. And I love the stones that I used on this deck. I feel like they just match really well with the siding I used on it. The like platform siding, if that makes sense. Oh, and then I actually extended the deck out because I needed to use these couches. These are from Get Together as well. And I just thought the swatch was so pretty with these pink and purple pillows. And then this is actually a dance floor that came with Get Together as well. It's a little odd, but it glows and it feels like right for like the party atmosphere I wanted to have on the exterior of this build. So it's strange, but I also kind of like it, and it works well for these Sims like wanting to have some of those items that are associated with this expansion pack, and they can do some dancing. So that's what I did. Anyway, this is going to be the bunk bed that I use from Dream Home Decorator. I have a pink bunk and a blue bunk to match with the colors that the Sims have in their style. And then I'm trying to figure out the kitchen because I knew I wanted to have the counters right under this window. So it looks like you can pass food and drink through that open window. And so that created some challenges on where I was going to put the living room. So I cut out some of the footage, but I kept moving the beds back and forth because I couldn't figure out, should that space be the living room? Should I tuck a bedroom over here? But then there's a door in the way because I have a door leading out to the DJ space. It was just a little complicated. And I also needed to add a bathroom, which I did add over there. It's just a 3-tile bathroom. I think it worked out nicely, but I thought about using that couch from high school years, and then I tried some from Pastel Pop, and I actually ended up using a couch from high school years in the end, but this rug from the Pastel Pop kit, and it was just so perfect. I immediately was like, we need the checkered rug. It's going to be beautiful. And I was really happy with that. I have these blue counters from Parenthood, and I just thought the color scheme in here was so fun and youthful and fit these Sims very, very well. So anyway, right now I'm just trying to figure out all of the appliances in here, trying to figure out how to fit a stove, but also have a space for a TV. It's a little awkward, but I still think it works for such a small space. So the TV ends up being on this counter, and please ignore that when I paint the walls in the kitchen here shortly, the TV is going to disappear. I do add it back at the end of the video, and I noticed it right away, but I didn't add it back right away because it was going to keep deleting. I even had like deletion protection on, which is an option you can use with the Better Build Buy mod, and it still deleted it. So that was a little frustrating, but I'm getting some posters here on the wall. I rotated them ever so slightly just to make them feel a little bit more organically placed up here. I really liked how that looked. And then I'm going to be getting this clock from the bowling pack. I just think it's so pretty. I really like that clock. And I was going for just kind of quirky, silly pieces to hang up on the wall over here to get that youthful vibe I was going for. Oh, and the curvy candles from Pastel Pop are so cute as well. I ended up adding the same side table on both sides of this couch to make it look a little bit more built in. There's also plenty of magazines. We have a lava lamp. I also added this neon light over here. It's so cute. And we got some amps. I just feel like I fit a lot into this really small space, and I was really proud of it. So yeah, just moving some of this around. We should be painting the wall here shortly, so the TV is going to disappear. But I did add a console. We're getting some gaming controllers over here, a headset, all sorts of things that pertain to both of these Sims' interests. One of them likes gaming. The other one is into DJing. I think maybe these could be her headset that she goes out that door to her DJ space with. So having easy storage right there, I thought was a good idea. And there goes the TV. Also, that coffee table I grabbed that is like fun colors and see-through, I thought was so perfect. That is from high school years. And I don't use it very often because I just feel like it feels out of place in most homes. But I thought it looked really cool here. And then I decided to add like makeup supplies here in the kitchen, thinking that their bathroom is really small. So it would be nice to have an additional spot for them to work on all of that. And, just fun clutter to put around. So I thought that tabletop mirror from the Everyday Clutter Kit was perfect. Getting some soap here by the sink, some dishes, and some umbrellas. I should be getting a trash can over on the other side of the counter as well. And I put some of their shoes by the door. And that's most of what the living space is going to have in it. I get a cat calendar, this really cute bath mat that I put as the rug under the sink. I thought that was really fun. And then we are starting to work on their bedroom space. I decided to go with like a shag rug in here, which I thought was really fun. And I got this painted wallpaper from high school years to add a little bit more color and personality to the space. And then I'm going to, clutter it up with posters. I was thinking the bottom bunk was Yuki and the top bunk was Candy. And that's how I decorated the space. So we have more music inclined ones on the top and a little bit more of like gaming posters on the bottom. But there's kind of a mixture throughout the whole space. So it's totally fine either way. I was just having fun decorating this. I can't remember if I kept that other poster. I think I did. Anyway, I got some clutter on the floor as well, like some thrown around clothes. We end up getting that really pretty like neon mirror as well from high school years. And I added some of these records over here too, which I thought were perfect for the whole DJ idea. So I was glad that I remembered that those existed, but this mirror is going to fit perfectly over here. I end up trying to fit in a slightly bigger dresser and it doesn't fit. So I get the really narrow one from Tiny Living so that we have a dresser in this space, but could still keep the really fun mirror. And I just add a little bit of clutter over there, not too much. We obviously don't have that much space. So trying to get as much personality in here as I possibly can without making this house like not function. This is play tested. It does work. No worries on that. And then just, you know, getting some more posters. I get a bathrobe. I wanted to call it an apron for some reason. Got a bathrobe over there. I got some stuff from the bathroom clutter kit over here, like messy storage and a hair dryer. And then in the bathroom, this is pretty simple, but you know, it's fine. It's very blue in here. There's not a lot of space, so there's only so much I could add, but I did add the new toilet roll. That's very important. And the shower caddy that I love so much. I will also be adding a second bathrobe in here just to fill up the space a little bit better because it felt so empty. And then also making sure each of them have a bathrobe so it doesn't seem like only one of them does. I added some plants in here as well, and I believe a curtain. And I think that's most of what's in this bathroom because there's really not much more space to add anything. So anyway, we're back outside now, and I'm adding a trash can, finishing up some landscaping, kind of trying to just put the finishing touches on this build. There were a lot of missing spots of like greenery in the back that just felt really empty. So I tried to blend that in, and I also wanted to add a like dining space outside. So grabbing a picnic bench here, I thought about using this one because it's really modern, but it didn't feel quite right. So I ended up grabbing one from City Living instead, and I used it in this really rich wood tone, and I just think it is so pretty in this space. I don't know why, I just really enjoyed that. And then I grabbed a grill from the toddler stuff pack and some more plants. I thought some shrubs over here looked quite nice. But that's pretty much it for this build. We're just going to get a couple more greenery pieces and this lovely fence. And then we're heading on into screenshots. I really hope you enjoyed this. I had a blast with this build. Please let me know what townies I should build homes for next. And like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And click that bell to be notified when I upload. Thank you so very much for watching. Enjoy those screenshots. And I'll see y'all soon. Bye, everyone.